I'm Brandon Whitehead. Right now I'm a graduate student at the University of Florida, and I also work for Manaki Whenua Landcare Research in New Zealand. Well, I moved to New Zealand to do a degree, and I started doing research, and I fell in love with the place and decided to stay. I ran into somebody at a conference at AGU, at the AGU informatics section, and they said, you should check out ESIP. They made me aware of it. Like, you should check it out. They have things going on there that are related to the things I'm interested in. And then once I sort of got involved and figured it out, then it was apparent that this was like, these are my peeps, right?
Yeah.
Like these are all the folks that you're looking for when you go to bigger conferences. It's like, oh yeah, they're already here. You know what I mean? It's influenced me all like throughout my professional career, I think, or my academic career, I guess. Mostly in the beginning, it was networking, right? And you're meeting people and other people that are doing the same thing. And a lot of times when you're doing research, you're kind of in your own world, right? Your own little silo. So meeting these other people was really beneficial to me. Meeting other people that did the same thing, right? And or worked on similar types of things, so they ran into similar types of issues, and then being able to sort of discuss those things. But also, I think it's the topics and the openness. So not only the openness in that, like ESIP's policy about inclusion, but the ability to sort of respond, or not even respond. I could start a cluster today if I wanted to about anything. If I could find like 8 other, or whatever it is, some number of other people that were interested, we could have a cluster and start a cluster and then start looking into whatever that topic is. And that's cool, right? That there's not it's not like a bureaucratic thing where you have to fill out paperwork and propose the thing. You just, like, it's me and these other 4 people we want to start this thing and see if anybody else is interested, and away you go. And that's cool, right? So I don't know how much time you spent looking around, but there's clusters on all kinds of different topics, right? And it's just because a group of people got together and thought, oh, this is an interesting question, and then poof, away you go. And you don't find that in other places. I don't find that in other places. I get really interested in how we can ask new questions or find use data or technology to be able to ask questions that we wouldn't have been able to answer for, right? That we wouldn't have been able to answer or ask previously, right? So there's connections, but that really excites me. And I always make the joke that, I talk about there's AI. One of the things I'm interested in is in building ontologies and building data structures so they can communicate, so we can use them in an interoperable setting. And one of the outputs could be like building a brain like a digital brain that you attach to a large language model. And like we could, build this AI landscape, and I always want to pause to see if somebody comes back from the future to try and kill me, right? So obviously that should take a different path. Sorry, that was a Terminator joke. But anyway, yeah, that's the bit that really interests me, right? Is that trying to interrogate data in a way that I can get something out of it that I couldn't before. I always get excited for the conferences because I'll have seen people that I haven't seen in a while. Like you interact with them in Zoom meetings and on Slack or whatever, but actually hanging out and seeing with them. Like, and last night we were out, we're going to dinner with like Denise, for example, who's the president, and having a chat. And I don't get to do that very often, so that's always fun. But then there's the hearing what other people are working on, right? So it's topical. And a lot of the sessions are around like brainstorming sessions, right? Like, how are we going to, as a community, attack or what options might we have to address this thing, and how might we collaborate and work together, right? Or do we need to work together, or who should be working together? So there's a lot of those types of questions, which I think are interesting. And then it's the research. There's a research. It's like staying current with what's going on, and it's a smaller, more intimate venue than going to like AGU or GSA or any other major conference. I'm quite introverted. I know it doesn't probably sound like it, but I'm quite introverted naturally. But having the like just stepping out and even having meeting one person that you didn't know previously can have a profound effect, right? If you can muster it up and go do it, right? I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's one of the things that I found, especially here. It's fun, like finding one person that I didn't know, saying hi, you having that awkward handshake or whatever, and what do you do or whatever, and that conversation snowballs, and in ways that you can't imagine. But before it happened.